The director's voice cracked like a whip across the conference room. Consider your files purged. No loose ends. Everyone nodded. Everyone but me. At 5:01 p.m., when the system logs went quiet and the last applause faded from the virtual board call, I sent one PDF. Just one. Subject line, Q3 Risk Register, all ignored warnings. I didn't need to see the chairman's face, but I did. The screen flickered as he opened it. He started smiling, habitual, performative, until his eyes locked on the first page. His smile broke, evaporated. He leaned back, mute button pressed, hand clawing at his temple. Then a hiss to his assistant, barely audible. Get legal on the line, and find out where she is. That was the moment they realized they had underestimated me. I used to worship this company. The director, especially. He hired me, told me I was sharp, loyal, indispensable, words that felt like gold at the time. Back then, I believed loyalty was currency. I traded mine freely. I stayed late, patched systems, caught errors before they cost millions. And yet, when the numbers turned south, he needed a scapegoat. Suddenly, every ignored risk report had my name at the bottom. Every red flag I raised became an accusation against me. My devotion repackaged as negligence. I discovered it by accident. A forwarded email that wasn't meant for me. My own chart, stripped of context, framed in italics. She missed this. She overlooked that. She's the liability. He was building a case against me. That night, I didn't cry. I didn't shout. I sat at my desk long after the office emptied and read every single email again. Slowly, carefully, until the pattern revealed itself. He wasn't just throwing me under the bus, he was driving it. Betrayal has a taste, metallic, cold. It coats your tongue and refuses to leave. But clarity followed. If he was willing to erase me, then I had only two choices: disappear quietly or reappear on my own terms. I chose the latter. I started cataloging. Not just the risks I flagged, but the receipts of who ignored them. Dates, times, meeting minutes. I pulled server logs, cross-referenced timestamps. Every resolved issue that was buried, I resurrected it. I didn't hoard data, I weaponized it. 3 months of silence. I nodded in meetings, offered solutions, played the scapegoat's role with just enough humility. He thought I was broken. That was the point. But behind that silence, I built my arsenal. One file, one story, written in their own words. The director's arrogance was my camouflage. He never looked twice when I handed him updates. He never noticed the quiet precision with which I documented every choice he made. He never thought I'd have the spine to turn it against him. The plan wasn't about timing, it was about inevitability. The quarter closed. Results tanked. The director strutted into the all-hands like a conqueror, announcing purges, no loose ends, his voice swelling with power he hadn't earned. He thought the axe was in his hand. It wasn't. At 5:01, the axe swung the other way. The PDF wasn't just data, it was a mirror. Page 1, the financial loss directly tied to a system vulnerability I flagged 9 months earlier. Page 2, his exact email dismissing it. Page 3, the follow-up I sent, his response, not a priority. Every page followed the same rhythm. My warning, his dismissal, the cost. By page 10, there was no ambiguity left. It wasn't my negligence, it was his hubris. On the call, his face shifted in real time. I watched the director's confidence unravel, fiber by fiber. At first, a twitch in the jaw. Then the forced stillness of someone trying not to sweat. By page 15, he started shuffling papers on his desk like they could shield him. The chairman's silence was louder than any accusation. The rest of the board stared, their expressions sharpening as they scrolled. And then came the words that sealed it. The chairman's muttered order, hot with panic, "Get legal on the line and find out where she is." They didn't ask what I'd sent. They knew. They didn't ask why. That was obvious too. I didn't wait for the fallout. I logged off, closed my laptop, and slipped my badge into the drawer of my empty desk. I didn't need to see the director's implosion in real time. I'd already scripted it. The beauty of revenge isn't watching them burn. It's knowing you lit the match and walked away before the fire caught. I was never reckless. Every move I made was documented, legal, airtight. I hadn't leaked secrets. I hadn't fabricated evidence. I'd simply reminded them of the truth they buried. The director taught me something, in his own twisted way. He believed power was in erasing people, in rewriting stories. But power isn't erasure. Power is memory. Power is proof. By the time legal knocked on his door, the board had already seen enough. The chairman's smile was gone. The director's career, too. As for me, I wasn't running. I didn't